On their fourth FIFA World Cup 2014 qualifying match. Both come here on the back of defeats last Friday. Macedonia beaten by Croatia, while the Serbs lost 3-0 at home to Belgium. Only the top side in each group is guaranteed a place in Brazil, and both will be looking to end 2012 with 3 points to what they hope will lead eventually to qualification. But Group A is a very tough group. This magnificent stadium, which was refurbed just last year. Anticipation for a match between these local rivals. But first, of course, it will be the respective teams' national anthems. So no need to tell you that was the Serbian national anthem, followed by the anthem here of the home side, Macedonia. A rousing rendition of the Macedonian national anthem ahead of kick-off. These countries actually border each other. Serbia have made the short journey down to Skopje, which is in the north of Macedonia. Macedonia, a country that is landlocked. Far to the former Yugoslav Republic, of course, and a raft of changes tonight made by coach Sedomir Janevski. 7, in fact, to the side that lost to Croatia here on Friday night. Boban Grinkarov, Ferhan Hassani, Nikola Gligorov and Darko Tazevski among those to come in, as is the goalkeeper Tome Pakovski. So with that, there, influential playmaker Goran Pandev, who's suspended after picking up a yellow card in that match at the weekend. Only a couple of changes for Serbia. No Branislav Ivanovic, he drops down to the substitutes bench, the captain. So it's Nenad Tomovic that comes in at right back, and the other change is Lubomir Fejsa, who comes in as one of the 2 holding midfielders. Sinisa Mihailovic, a familiar figure on the field in his days in Italy, is the coach. Confirmation of the substitutes, the remainder of the Serbian squad on the bench. Branislav Ivanovic among them, as is Srdan Mihailovic, the player that, or the other player rather, to drop out of the starting 11. Serbians just getting together quickly for a team photo ahead of kick-off. There is Sinisa Mihailovic, who's only been in charge of the national side since earlier this year. Just 1 win in 7 games so far for the former international. 63 caps for Yugoslavia and for Serbia and Montenegro before Serbia became an independent country on its own. So that split from the Yugoslavia, the Serbs also part of that. It's Macedonia, all in yellow tonight. Serbia in white, kicking from left to right in the first half. And in Group A, a tough group. We're underway. Serbia themselves were stunned by Belgium at home at the weekend. 3-0 defeat for Mihailovic's side, so they will have a little bit of something to prove here against their local neighbours this evening. There's Markovic. He's a lone striker will be tonight for Serbia. There's Tomovic. Nicely done by Hassani. One ball over the top, looking for Ivanovski to chase. Comes back here to Tasevski. Good positive run out of defence by Kolarov. First corner of the game goes the way of Serbia. Serbs are currently ranked at 33 in the FIFA rankings. They did get up as high as 13th back in 2010. Macedonia looking to break back inside the top 100. Kolarov urged to put the ball out of play by the Macedonians, with Ferhan Hassani down injured. Referee tonight, by the way, is Bas Nijhuis from the Netherlands. Ivanovski it was that gave away the foul against Kolarov. They were urging the Manchester City man to play the ball out so that Hassani could get some treatment. Only ever met once before, these two nations, in a friendly 4 years ago. It finished 1-1 on that occasion, on as even. Home side will demand, well, the home supporters will certainly demand a victory from their team this evening as they look to really try and kick-start their current campaign. Just 1 point to show from their previous 3 matches, a 1-1 draw with Scotland last month. Chance once again for Macedonia to utilise some space. Ibrahimi. Nice angle ball, it was just cut out by Tomovic. That's a good pace to the game in the early stages. Be interesting to see how Macedonia fare, having made those 7 changes. It had been a fairly settled side for their opening 3 qualifying games, but Sedimir Janevski, the coach, responding to the fact that they only have a point so far and making those wholesale changes. Lazevski. Away again by Tomovic. Clearance went out of Dusan Tadic. It will be a Macedonia throw. After the first 3 games in the group, Belgium and Croatia currently sit top of Group A, 7 points each out of 9. Serbia in 3rd. That big win over Wales, their highlight so far in their opening matches of the campaign. Wales and Scotland, and then Macedonia bringing up the rear with just a point to show from their opening 3 matches. Reminder that only 1 team is guaranteed to qualify from each group for the World Cup finals in Brazil in 2 years' time. The 8 best runners-up positions will go into the 2-legged playoffs. Both these sides, though, looking at the group, know that they can't afford any slip-ups with strong teams like Belgium and Croatia in the group as well. Lazevski's throw. Might get the return here, Lazevski. Trying to take on Tomovic, who's happy to concede another throw. Sedimir Janevski in the foreground there, the Macedonian coach looking on. Just too much pace on the ball for Georgievski. Mohamed Demery plays for Thun in Switzerland. Plenty of European leagues represented by players in the Macedonian side. Germany, Bulgaria, Slovenia, Romania among them. That's a lovely challenge by Bisevac. This is promising for Macedonia, looking to try and get themselves an early goal. They did actually take the lead against Croatia here on Friday after 16 minutes, but the Croatians scoring twice to take all 3 points. Can lightning strike twice? Here's the corner from Tasevic, right to the back post, and the header from Demery as well, gathered by Željko Brkić. Really deep corner. Well gathered by the keeper. Hasn't scored an international goal yet, Mohamed Demery, in his previous 15 appearances. Well, the coach, Siniša Mihajlović, is known as one of the best free kick takers in the business. Can Kolarov come up with something here? I'm sure he'd have done much better. There's Tomovic. Bisevac. Tomovic. Janevski, the Macedonian coach, very animated on the sidelines, trying to get his team in the positions he wants them. 7 changes, remember, to the home sides lineup tonight. Chase on here for Ivanovski. Well defended again by Bisevac. They're doing their best to put the Serbians under a little bit of pressure at the back. Macedonia. Have found the net in 2 of their 3 qualifiers so far. Lazevski. Nicely done by Hassani. Crowd enjoyed that. Comfortable save again for Brkic in the Serbian goal. 11 minutes gone, no real clear-cut chances as yet in the opening stages, but Macedonia looking busy. Just under 33,500 can tack into this stadium here. Not full tonight, but a good atmosphere all the same. And they're enjoying a positive start by the home team as well. Well played again by Hassani. Tomovic. Challenge was by Alexander Lazevski. Tosic. Tadic. Milan Bisevac, the Serbian central defender, had come a long way forward, then had to backtrack slightly. It's Tomovic. Tome Pukovski coming in goal in place of Bogatinov. 24th appearance tonight for the 30-year-old who plays in Belgium in Mechelen. Hasn't played a league game this season after joining Mechelen in the summer, but getting his chance on an international stage this evening. Darko Tasevski with the Macedonian free kick. Still 0-0. Three in a group to aim for. None of them can get a decisive touch on the ball. Boban Grinkarov, one of those that had come forward. Nikolica Nadevski as well, the captain. Macedonia have never qualified for a World Cup finals. They came close in 2010. They were fourth in the five-team group, but were still in contention going into their last match. Had they beaten Norway, they would have guaranteed themselves a playoff spot, but lost 2-1 on that occasion, and it's a case of so near but yet so far. 1994, when they actually became a nation in their own right after the breakup of the former Yugoslavia. The quality of the Macedonians play has been helped by the fact that most of their players play in some of the top leagues around the world, the Bundesliga and the Belgian Premier League. Second corner of the game goes Serbia's way. Headed away by Grinkarov. Nice looking ball to Ivanovski. Oh, been use of a hand, I think, as he tried to push that one down the line. It's a Serbian free kick. This is the final round of qualifying matches of 2012. Both sides have got one friendly match to play before Christmas. Macedonia taking on Slovenia, while Serbia will play Chile in St. Gallen in Switzerland. Qualifiers resuming in March next year, running through to October, of course, where we'll know the lineup for the World Cup. There's Ivanovski on the chase. Well, Brkic was positive in coming out of his goal and collided with his own defender. The goalkeeper back on his feet. Tosic. Nice little interchange of passes with Tadic. Well, it's a good effort. Dusan Tadic, whose only international goal came in that 6-1 win against Wales earlier on in the campaign. It's a little fortunate the ball just ran away from him slightly, but he'll be disappointed not to have forced Perkowski into making a save at least. Tadic, who plays in Holland with FC 20. Well, once again, a Macedonian attack breaks down in the final third. That's where Serbia have been pretty tight so far. That's well kept in by Tosic. Good covering by Lazevski. Ignjovski. Kolarov looking to try and create an angle for the cross, blocked away by Georgievski. Kolarov, one of two Manchester City players in the back four for Serbia. Matija Nastasic the other. Demery. Followed by Noveski. First time ball up by Georgievski was a nicely angled one. Foul on Filip Juricic brings a foul and also a yellow card for Nikola Gligorov. That's his second yellow card of the tournament. And so he'll miss the next match through suspension. Well played again by Zoran Tosic. A persistent character when he's looking to get on the ball, Zoran Tosic. Away by Noveski. Confirmation there of the yellow card to Nikola Gligorov. First yellow card of the game. They have racked up a few cards in their early games. 5 of the starting 11 tonight all had picked up a yellow card already. Tasevic. Kick again goes Macedonia's swear foul by Filip Juricic. Another one of those that scored against Wales, that 6-1 win, which was a good way to get your campaign off and running. Serbia drawn 4 days previously 0-0 with Scotland, a match that they would have hoped to go on and win, but certainly made up for it against the Welsh with that 6-goal showing. Stunned by Belgium last Friday. And it's a fairly even opening quarter of the game as well. Darko Tasevski with the free kick. Go through by Tasevski. Lazevski. Well, tussle in the corner, it's still a Macedonian ball. Lubomir Facer prevented the corner, but still time for the home team to try and keep the pressure on. Just kept in by Ibrahimi. And then eventually the ball does get gifted back to Serbia. One or two balls just going astray at the moment. It's fairly nip and tuck in the opening 23.5 minutes or so. All seeming to break down when it gets to the final third. We did see that one shot from Dusan Tadic, which went just wide for Serbia. Here come the visitors again, turned on by Diricic. Kolarov. He's a very attacking fullback, Alexander Kolarov. Came through the Red Star Belgrade youth team. Been at Manchester City a couple of years now, having signed from Lazio. Serbia, of course, qualified for the 2010 World Cup. They were the dark horses of the tournament, really. Weren't expected to get through, but they lost their opening game against Ghana, beat Germany in their second game, and needed a point to reach the knockout stages, but they lost out to Australia in their third and final group game and exited the competition. But certainly gave them a taste for what they can expect should they qualify this year. Well, the whistle's gone. There was no flag on the far side. I think the referee might have given that as the offside. Bas Nijhuis, the referee, and a word from Sedimir Janevski for the fourth official, who's also from the Netherlands. Well, there was certainly no flag on the far side. Flag stays down. The assistant referee has played on. Looks like it's the referee that has given that offside decision, something you don't see very often. Hasn't refereed an international game this season, the Dutchman. A couple of Champions League and Europa League games in his portfolio since August. That's well played by Hassani, and that surely will be the game's second yellow card. Milan Bisevac. Somewhat cynical challenge to stop Ferhan Hassani when he was in full flow, and indeed the second yellow card of the game issued by the Dutch referee. Don't really have too many complaints about that. More importantly, it's given a chance for Darko Tazevski to swing over another of those dangerous free kicks. Noveski and Grinkarov have both come forward. There's Nozevski with the captain's armband. All the players grouped together, they'll all head off in different directions when this ball's played in. It's a good angle for the cross. You can see how high Serbia are trying to defend their line on the edge of the penalty area. Here comes the free kick. Goalkeeper has to backtrack, keeps his eye on it, and only for Berkic to make a save. It was not a good delivery from Tazevski. He spotted the goalkeeper off his line. It was certainly intended, but just not very well executed. Still 0-0. The free kick given away by Serbia. Nastasic this time. A little bit further out than the last free kick. It's Ibrahimi this time, but we'll take it. Macedonia will hope the delivery is better than the previous one from Tazevski. Well defended again by Serbia. Lazevski. Here's Tasevski. Nice quick feet. Lovely ball over the top as well. Ivanovski couldn't pick out a yellow shirt in the centre. There were three of them waiting. It was a nervous glance over from Ivanovski to see if a flag had gone up. Not on that occasion, and what a really good chance if he could have picked out a teammate in the centre, but well defended again by the Serbs. Foul given away by Darko Tazevski. Another yellow card. Koche Nozevski, the captain. So second yellow card for Macedonia. They lead the card count by 2-1. Kolarov once again, who's already failed to find a way through with one free kick. Better luck next time. Oh, nearly was. Into the side netting from Kolarov. Much better. Up and over the wall. That would have been a pretty good way to get the scoring underway had that found the target. He's only scored one goal for the national team. 36 appearances, Alexander Kolarov. That against Wales in that 6-1 win that we keep mentioning, but plenty of players got their international scoring campaign off the mark in that match. 6 different scorers all weighing in with goals in what was a one-sided affair just last month. Ibrahimi again with a free kick, but gathered at the second attempt by Berkic, who was just knocked, I think, as he gathered that one. Nicely done by Ivanovski. Didn't quite find its way through to Hassani. Away by Berkic. Really top back on Zoran Tosic, which again gives the free kick Serbia's way. The Serbs knew they'd have to be patient tonight, that Macedonia would make life difficult for them, just closing down the gaps and minding the spaces. Siniša Mihajlović, the coach, has seen it all before as a player, of course. Luka Ivanovski pointing where the ball should have been played. The times they played off the shoulder of the last defender, Demery that time guilty of just playing slightly the wrong pass. Foul on Dusan Tadic. Kolarov once again standing over the ball, went close just a moment or so ago with that free kick that hit the side netting. This one's much more central, a little bit further out than the last one as well. Bukowski just trying to get that four-man wall sorted out. 2 Serbs making their presence felt on the end of the wall as well. Here comes Kolarov, good pace on the ball again, but just off target. Well, 1 out of 3 so far has hit the target for Kolarov. It's away by Bisevac. Tosic. The teams in the group in action tonight as well. Croatia at home to Wales, while Belgium plays Scotland. I'm sure the respective coaches will be checking on those results after the game, but important for them that their ties get 3 points here first and foremost. Serbia have won themselves another corner. Taken short this time by Markovic. See how many yellow shirts are back behind the ball at the moment. Played a couple of games for Manchester United, Zoran Tosic, before going on to join Cologne. Now at CSKA Moscow in the Russian Premier League, the 25-year-old. Here is Tosic. Nastasic. Zevski, his possession back to the Serbs, who are lacking a little bit of space down that far side. It's all a little bit congested on that far touchline. Macedonia once again managed to get the ball away up to Ivanovski. Nicely done, first time baller for Hassani to chase. Needs some support in the centre. We've got Lazevski there at the moment. Certainly looked like a handball, which the referee just waited to see if there was any advantage. And once again, Macedonia will have another free kick. Final 8 minutes or so of the first half. It's still 0-0. One or two of the deliveries from the free kicks hasn't been great for the Macedonians. Going to be again Ibrahimi this time that will take this one. Off go those players in all the different directions. Good ball in by Ibrahimi, came off the head of Kolarov. And Brkic makes a comfortable save and quickly gets Kolarov moving forward, the Serbian captain. No Goran Pandev tonight for Serbia, their normal captain. He's suspended. Branislav Ivanovic, rather, the captain. On the bench, the Chelsea man. Attacked by Nastasic. Facer. Bisevac. Tomovic. Bit of space made for himself by Ignovski. Nice play this from the Serbs. Juricic allowed it to run. There was nobody behind it, though. Well played by Hassani. Nice little reverse ball. Hassani's continued his run, just run it too far ahead. Brkic able to gather. And that was Macedonia's best move of the game so far, moving the ball around with a little bit of pace to it. All played through, there was no offside, it was Tomovic who came across to play Hassan on the onside. Serbia coming forward once again, that's Georgievski. Fouling Lazar Markovic. A very stop-start in the first half. There have been plenty of free kicks, 3 yellow cards. Game seems to go through scrappy little periods where struggle to really get any flow going. Serbia, though, with a chance with another free kick here. Kolarov delivers, just too high for Nastasic. Now there might be a break on here for the home side. Hassani works in the centre. Ball wasn't a great one, Berkic will gather. Again, they just lost their head slightly there. Macedonia had a little bit more space than they expected. Sedomir Janevski been in charge like his counterpart tonight, Sinisa Mihailovic, since earlier this year. 160 league appearances for Vardar, who share this stadium's playing surface with Rabotniki. I'm sure we'll be pleased with the efforts of his side in the first half. They haven't created a huge amount of chances, but they've certainly managed to win plenty of balls in midfield and just stifle the Serbians going forward. Defended again by Grinkarov. On by Demery. Georgievski. Again, the referee forced to intervene. It was a committee challenge by both players who've gone down injured. That's Lazar Markovic, a Serb. He's going to get the yellow card. Certainly from behind by Markovic. So the yellow card count is equalled up at 2-2 in the first half. Only Nastasic and Kolarov were on yellow cards coming into the game for the Serbs. Chance for Ivanovski, but he's pulled it right across the face of goal. That's the clearest opening we've had so far. Well, he may have been a little surprised to see the ball reach him in that position, Mirko Ivanovski. Ball was driven in from a long way out, and maybe a hint of a little push from, or by Ivanovski rather, but he didn't really catch it right, and it rolled across the face of goal. We're going to see a yellow card here. Daniel Georgievski gets his second yellow of the tournament, so he too will miss the next match. Sinisa Mihailovic looking on, wonders if his side can actually make a free kick work before half-time. They've got a couple of minutes left. Markovic, 1 of 2 over the ball. Put away again by Grinkarov. Kolarov. Kolarov. Once again, the touch inside the final third, just letting the Serbs down. Well defended again by Boban Grinkarov. Player who began his career at Vardar, Boban Grinkarov. Now playing at Botev Plovdiv in Bulgaria. On by Ivanovski. Confirmation of Georgievski's yellow card. By Pakovsky. By Lazevski. Hassani. Once again, the white shirts were round him in numbers to win the ball back, away by Novevsky. Kolarov's ball across. Tosic sung a boot at it, but didn't make any contact. There goes the Dutch referee's whistle to bring the first half to a close. Very few clear-cut chances. The best chance probably falling to Dusan Tadic, that shot from outside the area, which narrowly went just wide. Alexander Kolarov with a free kick that hit the side netting, but apart from that, it's been fairly compacted in the middle third of the field. Grinkarov, one of the standout defenders for Macedonia, if they've managed to keep a clean sheet in the first half at the break here in Skopje in this FIFA 2014 World Cup qualifier. It's Macedonia 0, Serbia 0.
za ovaj tek koji vječno ćemo pomijeti. 16. oktobri počest na najgolemija Moše Plejevski, Stapova, Rašio, Nau, Petrevski. Nema zborovi, Mihali Najvesa, Nau, 16. oktobri. kvalifikacije ništa, samo onako čisto. Ovako da ne sam kažu ne bi tek na prošle ponedjeljak.
to Skopje. 0-0 between Macedonia and Serbia after a fairly tight first 45 minutes. Serbia will probably feel they just edged it chances-wise. A free kick from Alexander Kolarov, which hit the side netting, and a shot from Dusan Tadic from outside the box, which went narrowly wide, but Macedonia didn't offer too much. Željko Brkić in the Serbian goal with just some regulation saves to make, nothing that really stretched him in that first 45 minutes, but Macedonia came out here having made 7 changes to the side that were beaten here by Croatia on Friday, and they settled pretty well. You wondered how making that many changes might have affected their shape, but they certainly seem to be playing very much as a team. Referee Bos Nijhuis from the Netherlands gets us underway then for the second half. Final 45 minutes of World Cup qualifying football of 2012 for these sides. Plenty more matches to come in 2013, of course. But for now, finishing on a high with 3 points will be the aim of both these sides in the 45 minutes that remain. Macedonia all in yellow tonight. And they've conceded the first corner of the second half. Daniel Georgievski somewhat misplaced with his attempted clearance. Picked up a yellow card in the first half, which means he'll miss the next qualifier. Zoran Tosic with the corner. Deep one right to the back post. It was away by Georgievski. Tosic looking to try and get the ball back in once again. Volley goal was by Tadic. Too many yellow shirts between him and goal, though. High-hanging ball in again, looking towards Tomovic. They're just going in each other's way a little there, Serbia, and now Macedonia with a chance to try and break. Well defended by Kolarov. Good surging run by the Manchester City defender, and wins a free kick. Foul by Nikola Gligorov. Only won 2 matches this year, Serbia. They beat Armenia in a friendly in February, and 6-1 win over Wales in the last round of World Cup qualifiers. A dismal start to the reign of Sinisa Mihajlovic since then. Chance to put things right here, though, in Macedonia. They've another free kick. Kolarov once again over the ball. Hit the side netting in the first half. It bounces awkwardly. Tarkovsky manages to gather at the second attempt, though. It's the 4th free kick I think Kolarov's had from that sort of distance tonight. Bounced into the chest of the goalkeeper, who was able to gather. Is this a match between country rivals? Macedonia is bordered to the north by Serbia. Not too far to travel for the Serbs. Skopje in the north of the country. Free kick taken quickly by Grinkorov. Lazevski. Tosic. Tomovic. Serbs continue to be patient in their build-up, as they were pretty much in the first half. It was a very stop-start game, the first 45 minutes. The Dutch referee dishing out 5 yellow cards in that first 45. Meant that the game wasn't really allowed to flow at times, and neither side able to string any number of passes together. Did see one good move from the Macedonians, which ended with Mirko Ivanovski shooting wide. Tosic. Sedomir Janevski, the Macedonian coach. Kolarov. Now Tosic. Misplaced again. Tazevski. All the strings in that central midfield area in the first half. Darko Tazevski plays in Israel for Ironi Kiryat Shmona. Second most capped player in the starting lineup tonight for Macedonia. Nikolce Novevski, the centre-back, has 53 caps to his name, 37 now for Tazevski. Cleared away by Pakovski. Tosic. Good overlap again from Kolarov. Attempted to go for the first time ball. That was a dangerous back pass from Grinkarov. Pakovski able to deal with it. And that might set Macedonia moving forward here. Ibrahimi. Tazevski. Shot was a long way out from Ivanovski. Sinisa Mihailovic, 110 games for Sampdoria, 126 for Lazio. Finished his career off at Inter before becoming assistant coach. To look at the group table and feel that with all the other sides in action tonight, and both these sides just lagging a little bit behind Belgium and Croatia at the moment, a draw not really much use to either team. Certainly if the Belgians and the Croats were to win tonight, then that would leave them on 10 points. Serbia with a draw would be 5 points behind already, and with only the top team guaranteed a place in the finals, that would make life very, very difficult indeed. Plenty of time, though. We're only 7 minutes into the second half. It remains goalless. Daniel Georgievski claiming that the ball hadn't gone out of play, but throwing given and taken quickly. Tadic. Another Serbian corner and a chance for the big men to come forward. Bizovac and Nastasic. One all, the only other time these two sides have met in 2008 in a friendly. First time they've played in a match for any qualifying competition, be it World Cup or European Championships. Ligiovski. Kolarov. Tosic. Kept their shape well tonight, the Macedonians. You can see that two very strong lines of four. Slight change in formation from their normal 4-2-3-1 formation they adopted for the weekend game against Croatia. Tomovic. Ligiovski. Kolarov. To try and come up with something on the end of this. It's pretty approach play, but once again breaks down in the final third. Good run this by Ibrahimi. Foul by Alexander Lazevski. Filip Juricic, the man to go down. Lost count of the number of free kicks that they've had in the final third tonight. Serbia already. This will be Zoran Tosic that will swing this one over, not Kolarov with the left foot from that side. Lazar Markovic also over there as well. Over comes the free kick. Goalkeeper was off his line, and again, similar to one that Macedonia took in the first half. The ball sailing over the bar from Zoran Tosic. Well defended by Tomovic. After those friendly matches in November, we're back into qualifying action next March. Double header of matches for both these sides. Macedonia will play their third consecutive home game in a row when they take on Belgium, the current joint leaders, while Croatia and Serbia will meet. Macedonia, in fact, have got a double header against the Belgians. They go to Belgium 4 days after the home game. Macedonia's chance to try and cause some problems with the free kick then. Ferhan Hassani once again goes long, and Birkic just manages to keep that in play, did he? He could easily have let that drop behind for a goal kick, but opted to gather. Just managed to keep the ball in play. Still we await the breakthrough. Markovic, ball was just in behind him slightly, flicked his ankles, and Macedonia get possession back. Ibrahimi. Well, there's a top back, was there? And is there a penalty? It's Ferhan Hassani that goes down, and Macedonia with a glorious opportunity here to take the lead. Well, Hassani into the box, there's the foul from Tomovic. Referee waited his moment, but points to the spot. And should Macedonia score here, this place will absolutely erupt. Atmosphere's been magnificent all night, and the home team with a chance to take the lead. Took the lead here against Croatia on Friday, but couldn't hold on to it. And they do so here from the penalty spot. Željko Birkic stands between them and Agim Ibrahimi, putting the home team in front. Here comes the penalty, keeper goes the wrong way, and Macedonia take the lead. Sheer delight all around in Skopje. The breakthrough finally comes. 14 minutes into the second half. Well, they've waited a long time for it. Agim Ibrahimi from Maribor. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, Željko Birkic. Now, can they do what they didn't manage to do on Friday? Can they hold on to the lead? Play through again. Perkic goes down. They had Tomovic sent off. Serbia down to 10. They were going to make a change. Dejan Lekic was waiting to come on, but Siniša Mihajlovic has had a change of heart, I think, after that opening goal. It was only a yellow card for Tomovic, and then there was a red card for Tomovic in the confusion with the penalty. Goal scoring opportunity. So Serbia down to 10. Injury here to Darko Tasevski rather. Well, they've only got one goal, but there have been cards aplenty in this game from the Dutch referee tonight. And they've sent off 3 players already in domestic football this season. This means, of course, that Nenad Tomovic will be unavailable for the next game through suspension. Well, we've still got just under half an hour to go. Here comes Serbia looking for an immediate response. Waltzing through! And the shot goes just wide from Dusan Tadic. Well, what a response that would have been from the visitors, down to 10 men. And Dusan Tadic waltzing through the defence. Pass 1, pass 2. Just off target. And he went close in the first half with that low shot, which went just wide. Well, that certainly livened things up a little here, that opening goal. We wondered which way it would go. Did take the lead, as we mentioned, on Friday after 16 minutes against Croatia, Macedonia, but Croatians came back with 2 goals to take the points in that one, but what a boost this would be if they could get their first win of the qualifying campaign. Way by Pekovski. Nikiowski was run halted. Perkic will be in quite a hurry to get on with this now, the Serbian goalkeeper. Nothing he could do about the penalty. It was really well taken from Agim Ibrahimi. Scored the goal against Croatia on Friday. And makes it 2-2 from the penalty spot to put his side in front here. Georgievski. Game just getting a little bit stretched here now. Dejan Lekic has in fact come on now in place of Filip Juricic. Well, hooked away by Georgievski. Lekic. Big imposing figure up front, Dejan Lekic. There's Bisevac. Whistles around the stadium again as Serbia go forward. It was Igiovski's shot that was blocked. Well, the changes made by Sedomir Janevski certainly at the moment seeming to be justified. Those players that have come into the starting lineup tonight are playing for places in the next qualifiers. Hadn't made too many changes for the first 3 matches of the campaign, but 7 of them tonight. Here come Macedonia again. Another goal now would be a massive boost. Well, it's hit the back of Bisevac. Well, they're claiming another penalty, saying it was handball. It was that man again, Ferhan Hassani, who's gone close a couple of times now. Georgievski. It's a good solid run from Georgievski. He's got Ibrahimi outside him. Just loses out. Markovic. Lekic beaten to the ball by Bogan Grinkarov. Well, here comes the change, and the man who's left on the bench, the Serbian captain, Branislav Ivanovic. The Chelsea defender comes on. Making his 56th appearance for the national side, Ivanovic. Well, they're starting to find a little bit of space now against the 10 men. It's a misplaced pass from Czezewski. Markovic. Ivanovic. Forward by Tosic. Confirmation that it's Dusan Tadic that's gone off. Nenad Tomovic, the man sent off, was the replacement for Branislav Ivanovic at right back tonight. So the back four now resembles the same back four that started against Belgium at the weekend. Markovic. It's run halted by Grinkarov. That'll be A yellow card for the Macedonian central defender. He shows what a handful he can be, Lazar Markovic, when he gets the ball at his feet, rated as one of the most talented footballers in the world. He was in the Bleacher Report, one of the best 15 players that you've not heard of yet, Lazar Markovic. He's been kept reasonably quiet tonight. Youngest ever player to play for Serbia. Grinkarov's yellow card confirmed. And a free kick here for Zoran Tosic. 4 Serbians in the centre. Everybody back inside the penalty area for Macedonia. Not surprisingly, it's a little congested in there. Here comes the free kick then from Tosic. Not a good one. Doesn't miss out the first man, Mirko Ivanovski. Forward by Kolarov. He just ran away from Ivanovic, who couldn't keep it in play, and that'll run a few more seconds off the clock. We're inside the final 20 minutes. Macedonia 1, Serbia 0. Agim Ibrahimi's penalty, the difference between the sides. Nerhad Tomovic sent off. Home side are making a change, even Trikovski. The player to come on. Kolarov. Markovic. There he goes again. We started to see some flashes of brilliance now. Tosic. Looking to try and play a little 1-2 with Lekic, but well defended. Mohamed Demiri is the player down injured. Should give a chance for Ivan Trikovski, the substitute, to come on. Really is a fantastic stadium since it was refurbed last year. Originally opened in 1947. Home of Varda and Rabotniki jointly in the Macedonian top flight. But the home fans have enjoyed what they've seen so far tonight, wondering whether their side can hold on for a first ever victory over Serbia. Here comes the change. Darko Tazevski is the player going off. And Ivan Trikovski from Club Brugge is the player coming on. Man who played for both Varda and Rabotniki in his time. Played at under-17, under-19 and under-21 level for the Macedonians. And another change as well for Serbia coming up too. Miralem Suleimani is the player that's come on for them. We'll confirm who's gone off for you in just a moment. So a third substitution made by Sinisa Mihailovic. Bisevac. Kolarov. Suleimani again. Two players quickly around him, though, to win it back for Macedonia. It's a chance. Serbia just getting stretched, and well, the ball through very nearly found its way through to Tchaikovsky. Slightly misplaced from Ivanovski. Lazar Markovic, the player that's gone off to be replaced by Suleimani. Lekic. Kept in by Kolarov. Lekic. Overlap from Ivanovic. On high over the bar from Zoran Tosic. It was a good opportunity. Ivanovic does like to get forward. Ivanovic scored 3 times in qualifying for the 2010 World Cup. Also scored in that 6-1 victory over Wales. Suleimani, the substitute who's just come on, also netted in that 6-1 win as well. He'll look to try and get something here. We're inside the final 14 minutes now. Macedonia 1, Serbia 0. Agim Ibrahimi's penalty, the difference between the two sides. Ivanovski, just held up by Ivanovic. A nice bit of trickery in the corner, he's won a throw. Quite appreciated that. I think the one thing they'll be pleased about tonight, the home supporters, the effort their side have put in there. Certainly haven't been fazed by the Serbians. They played very well indeed. Took them a while to make the breakthrough, but can the 10 men get themselves back on level terms? That's nicely defended. No rush for Pakovsky to get the ball forward. Nastasic header. Georgievski. Ibrahimi outside him. Lovely play. Georgievski's continued his run, 2 in the centre. Oh, he sliced across horribly onto the roof of the net. That was a real chance. But he smiles to himself, Daniel Georgievski. Man born in Blacktown, Australia. Moved to Macedonia when he was very young. Need to make sure they don't make any silly mistakes, Macedonia. Kolarov. Mankarov's header almost fell for Hassani. Bisevac. Kolarov. Not a great ball in again by Alexander Kolarov. He'll be disappointed with that. Some of the deliveries tonight have been lacking the real quality to test defenders. Georgievski's throw. Nastasic was strong in the challenge. Georgievski. Just see both coaches prowling up and down in their technical areas. He's been very vocal all night, Sedimir Janevski. Foul by Nastasic. Just an arm up across the back of Mirko Ivanovski. So after a brief hold-up, we're back with a Macedonian free kick, taken short by Hassani. Ibrahimi. That's a poor ball from Bakovsky, and well, that's the kind of thing that the coach will be hoping doesn't come back to haunt them if they do concede a late goal. Just looking to hang on to the ball, you would feel, for the final 8 minutes. Serbia have shown how dangerous they can be when they're on the ball. The aerial presence of Dejan Lekic now as well. Better defending. Trikovski. Too many white shirts around him. Tosic. Kolarov. Suleimani. Good foot in by Grinkarov, who's been excellent at the back alongside Noveski. Hassani. Space here for Ibrahimi. Closed down by Kolarov. Nicely played up by Demery. Needs a good ball into the centre. Working really hard for each other at the moment, Macedonia. Have conceded a throw, Kolarov will take. Ivanovic. Noveski was quickly in to intercept. Whipped in, it's comfortable though for the goalkeeper. Tome Bakovsky, who hasn't had a huge amount to do in the second half. Kolarov. Well played again by Hassani, another of those who's had an excellent game tonight. Danger here. Oh, good save. It was well struck by Facer. And the goalkeeper gathers at the second time of asking. Well, the clearest opening that Serbia, I think, have created in the second half. Lubomir Facer caught it well. Pushed up in the air by Pekovski. And then able to gather the back pass. Felice Shivalkosi is waiting to come on for Macedonia. Here's Kolarov. Suleimani continued his run. Suleimani, two defenders in pursuit. Good challenge by Georgievski. Really positive. Well, he'll miss the next match, having picked up 2 yellows, as will Nikola Gligorov. Here comes the change. Mohamed Demery, who picked up that injury a few moments or so ago, is the player going off. Felice Shivalkosi. Here's the player that comes on. Plays his football in China at Tianjin Teda. Well, away again by Pekovski. In fact, I think the free kick's gone again. Maybe the ball crossed the line. It may have gone for a corner. Three minutes, just over, plus added time. Zoran Tosic with the corner. It's a good header away. Everybody back behind the ball for the home side. Floated back in by Kolarov. Too much on it. That time Pekovski does allow it to run. Nastasic. Furthest man forward. It's another Macedonian free kick. I think they'll just be glad to keep the ball in the Serbian half, although they're playing it back towards their own goalkeeper. It was Grinkarov who hammers it back into the Serbian half of the field. Ivanovic's header. Flag was up for offside against Ivanovski. Kolarov. Kolarov again. Long searching ball forward again, but once again it's Pekovski that's able to gather. We approach the final minute of the 90. Just a question of what the Dutch officials are adding on for stoppage time. Macedonia edging towards a famous victory. Tosic. What can the visitors do? Can they find a way through? I wonder in the seconds that remain now. Laid back by Lekic. Good defending again by Noveski. And a free kick for the foul on Ivanovski. That will run some more time off. Four minutes then. Final change about to be made. By Macedonia. It's Mirko Ivanovski, the player that's coming off, and Stefan Ristovski that's coming on. Well, Ivanovski's played his part tonight, worked extremely hard. And he'll get a good reception from the home supporters as well, and rightly so. Stefan Ristovski from Bari comes on for his fourth cap. And he has just the remainder of added time to stamp his mark on the game and help Macedonia to this slender win at the moment, which they're just about holding on to against the 10 men. Serbia have seen plenty of the ball in the last few minutes. Noveski. Back to Pekovski. Not a great clearance again by the goalkeeper, but Macedonia have possession back. Shumelkozy. Noveski. Ristovski. I wonder whether the coach is just urging him to run this one into the corner. Halfway through added time. Ibrahimi, nicely done to Georgievski. Nastasic loses out, Georgievski. The whistle's already gone, I think. There may have been a flag on this near side that went up against the Macedonian fullback. You can hear what the crowd think of that. One last chance maybe for Serbia to get the ball forward. Kolarov, Lekic. There's simply no way through at the moment. Igiovski. Ivanovic. Tosic. Good challenge again from Lazevski. Kolarov. Lekic. That's a good ball in, but the header lacked the power from the substitute, Dejan Lekic. So now Pekovski with a comfortable save and now urging his team forward. Just get this one as far away from his goal as possible, I'm sure, is the order of the day. Kolarov's header. Just too high for Tchaikovsky. Offside flag up against the Macedonian substitute. By Ivanovic, who played the 4 minutes. Facer. Brkic. And still play continues. Siniša Mihajlovic in a rush to Get the ball back and look to Kolarov to try and launch a long one here. Ibrahimi. There goes the full-time whistle, and Macedonia have recorded a famous victory over their neighbours Serbia. We knew it would be a tight game, but that second half penalty from Agil Ibrahimi, Nerhat Tomovic sent off, and Macedonia get their first victory in the 2014 World Cup qualifying campaign. Surrendered a lead here on Friday. Today they took the lead and they defended well, having made 7 changes to their starting lineup. Those 7 changes from Sedomir Janevski proved to be justified. It was a game of few chances. The better chances, you have to say, fell to Serbia, but they came up just short in the end. They slipped to defeat their second in a row over the last 4 days. It's Macedonia that take the 3 points, and a real boost as we head to the end of 2012 of the international campaign. Agil Ibrahimi with the only goal of the game. Goal coming in the second half. Sinisa Mihailovic made changes in the second half, but couldn't find a way through. Georgievski, Grinkarov, Noveski and Laveski at the back played their part. The full-time score in Skopje, it's finished Macedonia 1, Serbia 0.